Alright, let's enter the fray. This is Singapore General Hospital, a virtual route around an actual place in Singapore. Do you hear that? Because okay, you guys should hear it now. You guys hear the clapping and all that? This is just open category, meaning men under 19, men 19 to 35, men 35 and above, women of all ages. We're all racing together, which is tricky, but because of the numbers of riders, it's a necessity to start all together instead of in waves according to our category. So there is no category here. Oh my god, starting in 3 minutes! No! Psychologically, Entro races are very difficult compared to, let's say, me doing a Zwift race for fun, for no reason. These are like, for the Zwift races, any performance that I can achieve is a bonus. For Entro races, I kind of like have a hope, expectation. So it makes a difference, like, mentally. It's interesting to see what's the difference. But there is a difference. I see these people on Instagram. We are not personally acquainted in real life. Some of them I see on Instagram, some of them are they're part of racing teams. If you go to Entro Cycles Instagram account, you will see the race results, and under the results you will see what racing teams they're from. Anyway, I shall practice silence starting now, so good luck to everybody, especially sad little yellow jersey cyclists like myself. Although I do see someone with the exact same jersey. Yeah, good taste. How many people do we have? I can't really make out. Oh no. Okay, let's go. Heart rate is comfortable. Oh my god. I see a beast in front, Sarah, ST. I will not, I will push at the start to keep up with the pack. However, these guys are not just heads and shoulders above me. These guys are a whole different level, a whole different altitude. Let's go. Yeah, take it easy. Yes. No! So if you just saw that, just rewind like 5 seconds. I hit 505 watts. So in the most recent ride, the previous ride, I got dropped from the beginning. So this ride, I made sure to at least try to keep up with the pack from the get-go. And I actually had to hold back because for like 1 second, I was second in the peloton, and I did not want to be burning all my matches at the start because I would never be able to sustain at the power that these guys are holding. By the way, I will not give spoilers because I've already seen the post-race results. I've seen their watts per kg, I've seen their finishing timings, and yeah, I mean, I don't need to see their race results for this race to know how incredibly strong these people are, because this is already the 5th month of Entro's e-criterium series. But yeah, actually this is the very first time that I managed to stick to the front pack. I don't know why all previous races I never ever managed to do this. It could be
It's a flat route.
I have more experience now and I know how the software works, and I know that I should you know, go crazier at the start, because look at the watt savings. So if you see where the cursor is, I'm saving 170 watts being in the pack. So just, okay, I'm gonna digress a bit, but I also have the lap breakdown. Because Wahoo RGT, when you do all these circuits, I suppose they actually have useful analysis. So even though I am saving a lot of watts by drafting people in the program in Wahoo RGT, if I show you my normalized power for each lap, the first lap was actually the lap that I put out the most amount of power. Yeah, okay, so this is we're just done with lap 1. So each lap is about 1.2 km. I'm feeling very surprised and definitely happy that I am still with the main pack for 2 reasons. One is because, hey, okay, so I'm still with these guys, that's cool. But the second reason is, look at the watt saving. So seriously, as long as you can,
For now.
as long as you can have someone being a windshield in front of you, it helps a lot. Okay. I learned yesterday, or rather I was reminded yesterday, that when the power, when your data numbers, when they're red color, it means that you're actually putting out more power than you should, than you need to. So it's not an efficient way of cycling online, like virtually. Yeah, I think all these things can be compensated for with steering, with cutting back when you're
I don't really want to
cornering,
forget.
because Wahoo RGT is more realistic than Zwift, in that all these things will kind of affect how your power translates to speed. Yeah. Oh, I'm breathing so hard. Look at my heart rate, 175. Oh, right, one more thing. Now that I've seen the post-race statistics, my heart rate is actually pretty constant at freaking 175. Okay, it just went up to 176. But yeah, it's pretty constant at 175. Sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up. Ooh boy, look at Sarah's avatar. Oof. Okay, so now you see there's a tiny gap that's opening up between Sarah and myself. The thing is, there's 2 things in my head. One is that keeping in someone's draft is gonna save me a lot of watts. We've already seen that it could have saved me up to 170 watts when there was a big pack. So I'm very aware that it's amazing and it's really useful to draft someone. On the other hand, I am very aware that it's a 12-lap race and I'm racing against people who are trained triathletes. I'm racing against people who are like actual racers in real life, like the people who signed up to join this monthly e-criterium, most of them are not your casual cyclists. They are actually extremely strong and crazy fast. So while I know it's ultimately super beneficial to keep in the draft, but I know that I can't,
400.
or rather,
80
I
hurdles.
will not
100.
go crazy
80.
trying to keep up for 5 seconds for like 1 lap, because I know there's like 10 more laps to go. So I really have to watch my pacing, you know. So for
I'm yellow.
here, the funny thing is, so that's Sarah next to me. Sarah and myself are not drafting each other. I don't know what race tactics we should have done, because I don't want to be in front of her. She's already, in terms of raw power, she's definitely stronger than me. In terms of watts per kg,
thank
I've
you,
also
Sarah.
seen her stats for the previous
Sarah.
races. Definitely much stronger than me.
Save me from myself.
So I don't want to go in front of her and slow her down, and also, yeah, it would waste both our efforts, I suppose. But yet she also was not pulling ahead of me, but I wasn't slowing down to go behind her. But anyway, now I'm
Man.
behind her, so hooray! Look, I'm saving 43 watts. Yes, a man, Bosheng is here. Heart rate 174, ouch, poor me.
Okay, Bosheng, go. Bosheng, go and run. Bosheng, don't like that.
Okay, so I like to joke, I like to pretend and shout at my fellow racers, especially if they are drafting for really long and I know they are saving their strength to drop me really hard. I mean, this happened really quickly, this cornering. I didn't really have time to like look at the
That's how you do
watt
it.
savings when I was out of the draft and when I was in the draft.
Yes, real people.
Okay, saving 50 watts, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100. Beautiful, beautiful numbers. This helps so much. And we are at lap number, where is the lap number? I actually don't see it. I see the distance remaining. I see the distance. But yeah, I don't see the, oh wait, hold on, I found it. It's here. We're at lap 5 of 12. Yeah, Wahoo is pretty, like to me it's really small, the words. Especially like when the monitor is not in front of your face. So I had the glorious gift of ignorance as to how many laps there were left. Yeah, I kind of kept a mental count, but it wasn't really effective. And yeah, this is me saying goodbye to the pack. I really couldn't. Okay, let's just look at the watts. So 100, 200, 180, 170. I don't know why it's spiking so much. I don't think the draft is the reason why the power is going up and down. I don't know, is it the way I ride? Is it my Wahoo V4? In any case, let's keep watching. I am now third wheel. Even though I'm like watching myself again, I also don't know how that happened. Oh right, okay, I remember what happens like half a minute later, but anyway, let's just watch. Okay, the cursor is telling me Bosheng is 8 meters away. Okay, I can't bridge for Aziz behind me. I could not catch up. I could not pound down. My heart rate is already 176, which is 1 point above average. Okay, lap 5 down. Yeah, so I couldn't bridge, and also Aziz wasn't going to bridge at this point in time. Not from what I can see. Yeah, so unfortunately, both of us lost the draft of the main pack, or rather the pack of 2 in front of us. Both of us lost it, but I was suffering a lot more because I'm the one taking the win. I don't know how many watts he's saving, but if you look at his bar, okay, now I'm green, okay, now I'm orange, but he was able to recover and rest behind me, and look at me dying, absolutely dying. 177 and crying so hard. Okay, so I'm like, okay, great, yes, go ahead, please go in front. Also around corners I tend to relax a little bit because to my understanding Wahoo RGT takes into account cornerings in the game, so you shouldn't pound down too much. Okay, finally I am in his draft. I am saving 70 watts, 60 watts, 80 watts. Feelsgood.com. We catch up to someone who is not from the pack ahead of us. I've been in his position where people are lapping me. Okay, fine, this is not really, where people are overtaking me. And I could hop on their train, like theoretically I could, but I'm just way too tired and they are, you know, they've got a good momentum going, so I couldn't latch onto their train. So he doesn't latch onto our train, as you see. And yeah, so this is the incline. So if you look at the bottom right, you can see like the little gradient. And yeah, when it came to the gradient, you saw that I almost like came up next to Aziz. And that could be because of our relative body weights and therefore relative watts per kg. But yeah, on a flat, you can see that I don't automatically overtake him. Oh, beautiful! I love seeing the finish line.
Okay.
Lap 6 down. It feels so much faster when I'm sitting down and not doing all of this. I feel so sorry for myself. This is so painful. This is extremely painful. Watts per kg is like crazy fluctuating, but okay, fine. This is drafting, so maybe that's why. Anyway, we just passed our Lien, which is Robert. I saw people's names from the race results, which just came out a few minutes ago. Actually I'm drafting Aziz for pretty long. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Saving 50 watts, 30 watts. By the way, it's not just the live stream, okay? When I'm watching this now, the quality is so bad. I really had to like lower the quality to be able to stream. Yeah, somehow Wahoo RGT is very intensive, I think. Yeah, anyway, so this is Aziz trying to shake me off, I think. I don't think he's trying to corner in a cool way. I think he's trying to shake me off. No, give me the free draft, please. But yeah, I lose the draft. I don't manage to keep on. So heart rate is 173. I don't know how it went so low. But yeah, so starting from now that I'm alone, I begin to close my eyes when I cycle, now and then. You see, like right now, yeah, because this was the moment when I was like, since I don't really have to make sure I'm keeping close to the draft, I don't have to make sure I am not overtaking my puller. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and cycle based on like relative effort, like the feeling of relative effort. Okay, can we all just look at the power numbers? 179, 169, 212, 144,
190.
Okay, especially when we are on a straight. Okay, so right now we are entering a straight section and there is no hill, no gradient. But look at my power numbers. Is it spiking weirdly? because after the race yesterday, we went to review my power curve and we found that it seems extremely spiky. So I'm just curious, is it me? Am I cycling in a very inefficient way by like putting out power in such a swinging fashion? Because I really don't think so. I do not feel like I am spiking. However, look at the numbers. 157, 191, 170, 183, 185. Okay, fine, that's fine. You know what I mean? Okay, ignore the cornering because I really cut back on corners. Like I don't whack it too hard. And just take note of the gradient also because that affects your power a little bit. Unless you're so good at like ramping down your power. Wait, never mind. You know what I mean. I don't know what smoothing is. And this is Wahoo RGT. This is not Zwift. It's a mystery to be solved. We spent a lot of time yesterday trying to figure it out. Like, what is wrong with my spiky power curve? I don't know, man. Because I feel pretty sustained. I don't feel like I'm putting out variable power. Because if I were putting out such like wild swings, wouldn't my heart rate be even higher? Wait, hold on. Maybe my heart rate is high because I am putting out power in a very inefficient way. I don't know. Please feel free to go look at my Strava and like investigate. Because on Strava, on my Strava, I have outdoor rides, I have outdoor solo rides.
But it's okay.
I have indoor Zwift rides and I have indoor Wahoo RGT rides. Although of course the indoor rides are all on the same device, using the same like connection pathways. Okay, this is a bit misleading. I feel like I'm closing the gap, but they're still actually 30 meters in front of me. The men behind are 60 meters. One of them is 60 meters. Oh, right. So I lose a couple of positions before the end. Spoiler alert, I do not end up in P17. Whew. Yeah, but definitely, you know, I'm very happy with how the race went. I mean, of course I could have given more, like I didn't. Okay, I will not spoil what happens. I could have given more, but it felt like it really took a lot out of me. I mean, my high heart rate was one thing. Like you can tell how difficult that was. Ooh, look at these people. These people are one lap ahead. These crazy, strong people are one lap ahead. Oh boy. Oh right, one thing to mention is that for this race, there were about, I think 25, I forgot the total number, but there were 25 people who logged in to race and 3 were women. So there were only 3 women anyway. Yeah, it tends to happen this way. I think the most number of women on one of these monthly virtual races is about 5. I think at one race there were 5 women. Yeah. Power smoothing on or off. Okay, I'll check that. Heart rate 176 and saving 2 watts. Hooray! Okay, I'm still P17, but probably not for long. Yeah. Haha, Aziz, it's you again. Okay, you see Bosheng is doing like 1.5, 1.8 watts per kg. I'm doing not really double, but higher. Okay, the quality is so bad, but try to like squint and then you can like see. Whee! Okay, saving some watts. TQVM. Oh, and there we go. Here's the drop. Right at the little incline. So the thing is, the incline is not steep enough for a lighter person like myself to have any kind of advantage. And so the gap widens also because I am tired. My heart rate is still 175. Kind of nice, I would say, to see a constant number. It makes me feel a certain kind of way. We are also at lap 10. Okay, so this purple thing, I realize, is at the halfway mark of each lap. I don't know if they do that in real life crits, do they? Yeah, because I don't do real life crits and I don't really intend to do real life crits because I don't corner well at speed. Like I don't corner the way you should if you're racing, number one. Number two, I'm not sponsored and I don't want to have to replace my road bicycle. I would cry, I would be very upset. Yeah, also indoor racing, virtual racing is actually like really fun already. I don't think I'm super competitive as a person. I like to compete with myself. I like to push I like to push my ceiling. I don't necessarily care about being faster than other people, especially because in cycling, there's a lot of things you can do to so-called artificially improve your performance, whether it is, you know, changing your tires, changing your tubes, changing your wheel set, increasing the depth of your rims. So all these things so-called artificially improve your performance. But yeah, so that's why I don't really care about like competing against other people. all I care about, or like mostly care about, is getting stronger, being faster than I was. Of course it would be nice if people acknowledged it, if people were like, hey, you know, you are pretty fast for your weight, or like, hey, you know, nice watts per kg. It would be nice to get that validation. But wait, let's look at these guys. These guys are also lapping me. Oof. Okay, let's attempt to chase their butts for a bit. Just for a bit. See, I'm saving like 70 watts. I think also because the physics is pretty good and pretty real, so the faster you guys are all going, the greater the draft effect, I think. Yeah, or maybe because they're cycling two abreast, so that helps me. Alright, so one thing I will say is that this is the second last lap, but I did not know it was the second last lap. I thought I had 2 more laps to go. So I was very happy. I was so happy when I realized the last lap was the last lap. And how I realized it is not based on this number here, which was too small for me to see from the bicycle behind me. How I realized was because of this, distance remaining. Yeah, so at the end of each lap, when you reach the finish line, a pop-up here says, you know, like lap 11, and then says your timing for the lap. But I think sometimes I get confused about, am I about to start on lap 11? I mean, okay, fine, I guess sitting down here, like having a clear mind now, it makes sense that the number that they show you refers to the lap you just did. But I was very confused about cycling. Yeah. Hi, Marvelous. So, actually many people have asked this every time we do virtual cycling. So these are all real people. None of them are AI. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, fine. I guess I have heard that Wahoo RGT populates the world with AI, and even Zwift, which has many cyclists, Zwift also uses bots to keep the pace. But I think it wouldn't be as fun if it's a virtual race where everyone is a bot. Yeah, so all these are real people. Most of them are in Singapore. There were people from Chile, from the US, also taking part from wherever they were in the world. But yeah, these are all real people. Okay, so let's see. There's 700 meters left in this race. My heart rate is 180. I am starting to push down, but I also don't want to like completely be destroyed at the end. So I actually do not burn everything that I have. Heart rate is going up and up and up and up, but I wonder whether it's also an accumulation from the past like 15 km, because the power doesn't actually seem like it's really going up that much. Yeah. Okay, so Clara Patricia, she's a very strong rider, and in previous races, yeah, I've only managed to beat her once, and that was like by milliseconds. So now we see her on the right side. And she's giving me lots of encouragement because I have a, figure to chase. 100 meters left. And I start the sprint way too late. So this is the sprint. Very painful to stand up and sprint. Ow! Yeah, so usually in Zwift racing, I sprint at the last 200 meters. Like 200 meters is what I practice to sprint.
I held out. I didn't dare to sprint too early. I sprinted very late. No one was behind me. A bit BM to steal Clara Pat's lap. But this is a race against myself. I did finally manage to catch some draft. I stand by what I said earlier. Mentally, this is extremely challenging. At the halfway mark, my state of mind was like glass half empty. My timing is 27:09. So if we round down, I am correct. I'm actually late for dinner, so once I finish this, I'm out of here. Holy. Let's see the race results. I don't know what else we can see at this stage, but is there anything? Damn. I mean, 3 minutes. The fastest guy, who I think is like 19 years old, W. Mitchell is a 19-year-old. He is 4 minutes ahead of me. I mean, even in his own age group, he's already super crazy fast. Don't have to compare against someone like me. And Sarah is 26, 22, absolute beasting. Drafting makes a big difference, but if you can't keep up, it's for me, it's better to just like cut my losses short. I can't sustain the surge, so instead of like burning out, because it's a 12 lap race, instead of burning out, you'll see me not attempt, because I know myself. Okay, I will have a good dinner. I honestly ate a bit too much.
Actually, I still feel like in this commentary, I don't know, there's actually so much that I was thinking in my head while I was cycling this. I think my immediate post-race comments kind of covered it. In the stream itself, I was explaining how racing against fellow Singaporeans who are in racing teams, like actual racing teams, they train to race and they travel to race. Psychologically, it's a lot harder because, I don't know, you just push a lot. But yeah, that's why mentally these intro races are pretty difficult. They're honestly very challenging. Okay, fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do, if I feel like what I've said today in this recording is not what I want to say completely. Maybe I'll do another commentary. Let me think whether I said everything I wanted to say. I don't know. I don't think so.